O Great Spirit, Namaste. O ye powers that be of the air, the earth, the fire, the water, the ether, Namaste. Ancestors, ancestors, ancestors of all of the lineages to whom we attune, Namaste. O ye powers that be in all of the realms, all of the times, all of the places, Namaste. Most beloved and precious Ishta Devata, in all of thy names and all of thy forms, Namaste. Most beloved Divine Mother, in all of thy names and all of thy forms, Namaste. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Mane Padme Hum. Om Mane Padme Om. Om Mane Padme Om. Om Mane Padme Om. May our time together be blessed. May it be a blessing for all of us. May that which needs to be heard, that which needs to be spoken, that which needs to be understood within the deepest levels of our being be understood. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste ji. Once upon a yogi time, there was a young man, and he was born into a family with a very, very, very strict father. The father's father had been strict. The father's father's father had been strict. A lot of strictness in the family. Very little warmth, very little love, very little compassion. The strictness became physical violence, mental violence, and abuse. And in a very, very short time, that young man began to think that he was bad. That there was something wrong with him, that he was bad. He grew up. He didn't want to live. But instead of leaving the earth, he decided to join the military. Even stricter, even stricter, even stricter. He learned to be a warrior. Relearned. It was his pattern from the past. He was only 18. 18. You know how young that is? Only 18 when he was sent off to war. And he thought, well, good. Maybe I'll die here. This is a good way to get out. But alas, he didn't. Didn't die. He fought. I don't need to tell you what war is like. If you haven't been in it, don't go look at the news. Just turn inward and pray. It's not nice. It's very, very, very one of the cruelest of conditions upon the earth plane. But this young man had some incredible, incredible karma. He went to war once, and he fought. He went to war twice, and he fought. He went to war 3 times. He was deployed 3 times, and he fought. But one day, in the 3rd deployment, as he was walking through this town in the Middle East of the earth, he looks up and he sees, could have been his twin, a young man, his age, same height, same hair, almost the same clothing. Now he knew that that was supposed to be his enemy. He knew it. He knew that was supposed to be his enemy. But it was like looking in the mirror. How can I hurt that person? How can I kill them? How can I harm them? That looks like me. He looks like me. And in that instant, he had a satori. Oh, he is me. If I had been born here, I would be like him. If I had been born here, I would be him. All the beliefs he has, all the thoughts he has, everything he's doing, I would be that young man. If he had been born where I was born, he would be me. He would be the one with the gun. It changed that soul's life. That aha, that satori, as we say in Kriya Yoga, a moment of enlightenment, a moment in which you see a portion or all of the reality and you recognize all of what I was living with. It was an error. It was an error. The prism was turned, the kaleidoscope was turned, and you see that it was an error. The sun has moved into the sign of the zodiac of Virgo, which, if you're an editor, is a good thing. If you're a writer, I'm not so sure if it's a good thing or not. Virgo is a sign of the zodiac that is extraordinarily detail-oriented, which wishes to make everything in this imperfect world perfect. Well, guess what? Your soul contains a segment which is Virgonian. Your soul contains a segment which cannot accept the imperfection of this world and wants it all to be perfect. And thus begins the cycle of self-criticism, and thus begins the cycle of criticism of others, and thus begins a cycle that is never ending unless you choose to stop it. You can choose to stop it for yourself. Don't wait for another to choose. Do it for yourself. Choose to stop that cycle of self-criticism. Now, we've been talking about the relationship with the Ishta Devata and talking about how important that relationship is and how much it can change one's life. Now, there's a problem. I haven't really said this before. There's a problem with the relationship with the Ishta Devata. And the problem is with your expectations and my expectations. If we expect that the Ishta is going to change this imperfect Indra's net into the realm of perfection, we're going to be disappointed. But if we see that the Ishta Devata is your closest point to your soul, a deep, deep companion for you, part of the reality for you that will help you to unveil, to take away, to sweep away the chaos, the blindness of the mind, and to see they are like me, I am like them. Then you're fine. Then you're going to be just fine. You're going to be able to create a greater degree of intimacy with the Ishta Devata. A dear soul came to me last week, I think it was, and said, you keep talking about Indra's net, and you keep saying that we're all one, the microcosm and the macrocosm. Everyone is one. And she said, it's not possible. I am sitting here living in great ease, have a roof over my head, I have food, I have everything I need. And look at the children, look at the people who are living in, and then went off to name, all the countries around the world that are currently experiencing tremendous, tremendous strife. And she said, how can you say that we are all part of the net, we are all one? She was very upset, and I did understand, having faced that spiritual crisis myself many, many, many decades ago. Here's the key, my beloved. We are all here because karma has drawn us here. We're all here because of the karma, self-created karma that we have drawn into our lives, coming to the earth plane, drawn us here for enlightenment. But that does not mean that we all have the same karmas, right, for this incarnation. There was a young girl walking on the beach in the south of India, beautiful young girl, and she was selling tchotchkes, if you will, things that people could buy, tourists could buy. And Swami was sitting there reading a book, and the young girl comes, oh, you can read. Yes. And the young girl, the sales girl, said, how wonderful. In my next lifetime, I'm going to be able to read. In my next lifetime, I'm going to be able to go to school. This lifetime, I have to do this for my family, but in my next lifetime, I'm going to do that. Now, isn't that to me, it's an interesting thought. She didn't feel denied in this lifetime. She could have said, would you teach me to read? Or I wish I could read now. Or how can I read? She said, in my next lifetime, I know I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. She did not cut herself off. She did not say, my life is bad as it is, but said, I see that there are opportunities here for me to unfold in different ways. And I may not get it now, at this moment, but they will come to me. I'm sure that she's going to learn to read before her next lifetime, and certainly, certainly in the next lifetime. We must learn to see the other. There is no other. There's only you. You're part of this, part of the reality. But being enmeshed in this means that we don't see the other. Attitude, your attitude is everything. My guru has said that, his guru has said that, all the Kriya Yoga teachers say. Attitude is everything. And I look around, I look at you, and I know it's true. I know some of you have lived and are living in circumstances where the body's not doing so well. A little bit of stress in the life. And in spite of all of that, you're holding as best as you can to a wonderful, wonderful attitude. That makes all the difference in the world. But what's the magic? What's the secret to having that attitude? It must be, in part, it must entail having compassion for yourself, treating yourself with kindness. You should be treating yourself with more kindness, with greater kindness than you treat anyone else. Are you? I am thinking maybe not. Are you giving yourself good water? Are you giving yourself the food that your body needs at this time? Not the food somebody else says you need, but the food your body says you need. Are you giving yourself that nourishment that you need at this time? You know, I can't be going around now in life and saying, well, everybody should eat like this. Everybody should do this. Everybody should do that. Everybody is not. It doesn't apply to everybody. What's important is what applies to you and how you are living your life. Now, the greatest harm that we can do in our lives, greater than harming anyone else, is harming yourself. Do you hear? Criticism of yourself is the greatest of all harms. You may not like the way you look today. You may not like the way you feel today. I said a couple weeks ago, I woke up, one morning, I looked at the mirror and I thought, where did these wrinkles come from? They weren't here a while ago. Where did they come from? And immediately the mind starts thinking, well, should I be criticizing this? The mind immediately starts to criticize. And I said, wait a minute. Hey, this is a good thing. If you've lived long enough to have your body like this is good. It means you've had a good long time upon the earth, and that is a blessing. Don't worry about a little silver hair or a few wrinkles or floppy arms, if you will. Don't worry about it. The criticism of the body is one thing, but the criticism of your personality traits, the criticism of what you're doing, the criticism of what you're saying, the criticism of how you feel with other people, that is an entirely different matter, and that is more harmful because it continues again and again and again and again. And some of you, maybe not at this moment, but some of you have felt the need to repeat that criticism of yourself again and again and again and again and again. I have a disciple who, it took probably 10 years before she stopped apologizing every time that she spoke. It's not necessary. We have to look. So the key is you begin to look at your habits, not critically, but use the higher aspect of Virgo. Look at it with discernment. What language am I using that is diminishing myself? What language am I using where I am comparing myself to others and I'm saying, well, they this, they that, they the other thing. If you want something that someone else has, my beloved, you can have it. You can't go up and steal it and take it from them. I suppose you could, but that's not karmically what one wants to do. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of effort. It's a matter of concentration. They have what they have because they've worked very hard at that. We look today around the world and we see that there are souls who have acquired massive amounts of resources. Well, they've spent a lot of time and energy over lifetime after lifetime after lifetime to come to this life. And then the question becomes, well, what's the karma of that? Are they being helpful? Are they being harmful to life? You can only have so many houses. You only have so many clothes. You only have so many cars. There's a limited time upon the earth. So, self-criticism. Watch your thoughts. Watch your thoughts. Correct them. Use that blue light of self-awareness. Sit and use the blue light of self-awareness so that you're saying, well, now I'm thinking this thought, neti, neti, neti. Neti, neti, neti. Is it your father's critical thought? Is it your mother's critical voice? Neti, neti, neti. Do not pick it up. Now, there's a great, very effective way to help to heal. It is not going over every single last problem you've ever had and examining it again and again and again. I'm going to say this today, and I'm going to say it very, very clearly because the aspects and because it needs to be said. Some people will tell you that what you need to do to heal is to go back and look at every painful event that you've had and to examine it, that you cannot heal it unless you examine it. That is an error. It is an erroneous thought. If you do that, all you're doing is pouring more energy, more fire, more gasoline on the problem. You're not healing it. Do you understand? You are not healing it. You're throwing gasoline on it. Now, if you sit and you say, all right, what rituals can I do? What meditation can I do? How can I lift myself? This is the greatest of the Kriya practices, is to say, how do I take this square and make it a trine astrologically? How do I take this pain and turn it into compassion? How do I take these problems that I've encountered and say, let me use this. Let me use what I have learned from it to become a greater blessing to others. Let me treat my family with greater kindness and compassion. My friends, my colleagues, everyone I meet with greater kindness and compassion. Aha! Then I've learned something. I know one of my disciples who's gone through some quite strenuous, quite intense physical circumstances, had a nurse say to her, your attitude is so good. In spite of all this stuff, your attitude is just so good. That is taking the difficult circumstance and saying, I'm going to rise above it. I'm going to rise above it. And I will convert it into something that is worthwhile. The pain can be lifted, transformed, transmuted. Now, you've begun the relationship with your Ishta Devata. I hope that over the last 2 weeks you have at least once, if not twice, maybe even 14 times, written a note to yourself as if it's from your Ishta Devata, saying those things that all of your life you have longed to hear. All your life you've longed to hear it. You're beautiful. I accept you. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, I accept you. I love you. Not if love, not because love, but I love you. You can never do anything. You can never do anything that will cause me to abandon you. I love you. You will be enlightened. Keep up the path. I like you. I enjoy your company. What is it that you've always wanted to hear? You're a great diver. You're a great singer. What is it that you've always wanted to hear? You've wanted somebody to say to you so that you could hear it and you could accept it. Now, if you have not yet begun to do that, please do. We had a new moon a week ago, and we're moving into the full moon. Take advantage of that energy. The sun moved into Virgo. You have some wonderful detail orientation. Take advantage of that. Write to yourself. Notes as if they are coming from the divine who loves you, who accepts you, no matter what. Now, you may want to write the divine and say, hey, I don't get this. Why is the karma so difficult? Why is this happening to me? Go ahead and do that too if you need to. But the answer really is, what can I learn from what's happening? How can I walk through this with as much grace and ease? Now, the cultivation of compassion is one of the key practices in Kriya Yoga. Above the head of the God, the 3 jewels above the head of the divine are compassion, wisdom, and nonviolence. Compassion, the ability to see without judging the reality. No preferences, no attachment to your preferences for just a moment. It does not say that you must give up your attachments. It says that for this moment, or it doesn't say you have to give up your preferences, but for this moment you're not going to. You're going to hold on to them and say, okay, I'm going to not feel my preferences at this time. I will not be attached to them 30 seconds, 60 seconds, gosh, maybe even 5 minutes, that you will not be attached to your preferences. We're going to chant a mantra this afternoon that is a mantra that brings compassion to one's consciousness. But before we do that, there's a small practice. I'd like you to think of an example of a time, a person, a situation where someone did something that was unpleasant to you, or it wasn't the way that you wanted it. And for just a moment, you could understand why they did that. Let me give you an example, a short example. My father-in-law transitioned from the earth in 1985, a long time ago. And his family was Wisconsin Evangelical Lutheran, and they had very strict rules on what should be done in the church. And my mother-in-law followed all of the rules of the church, but her sons did not. They quit going to the church when they were young. There was a service for Papa. So her oldest son, whom I married to, called the pastor and said, our mother would really like it if we could take communion at the service of my father. Now, my husband knew, her son knew, I'm not so sure that he's going to let me do this. And the pastor said, do you have a church you go to where you live? No, that's not what he said. He said, do you have a church in our synod that you go to where you live? And my husband said, no, I don't. And he said, does your brother? No, he doesn't. And the pastor said, I'm sorry. You can't participate in that part of the ritual. I'll be glad to help you as I can, but you cannot participate in that part of the ritual. Now, you could say that that man was cruel because he was not trying to bend the rules to accommodate the individual situation. But what he did, whether it was right or wrong, I to this day do not know, but I know, I could see, and I could say to the family members, well, he is doing what he believes is right according to the rules that he is supposed to uphold. And that took some of the hurt away. It took some of the hurt away from the woman and the men to be able to say, all right, if your doctor is trained in a certain medicine, why should they be expected to treat you in another medicine? If your priest is trained in a certain way, why should they be expected to treat you train you in a different way, treat you in a different way? What I'm trying to say to you is, and I don't think I'm doing a very good job, I'm missing it today, in this sense, is that we must be able to see the other. It's simple, just to be able to see the other and to say, all right, here they are. Let me have compassion for them. Let me understand them. I don't have to agree with them. You don't have to agree with them, but you have to understand them. And attuning to your Ishta Devata, becoming accepted by your Ishta Devata, feeling as if your Ishta accepts you, gives you one person in the world, one being in the world, if you will, that will never disappoint you. Now, I have a disciple who told me one time, they had a relationship with their Ishta, and their Ishta disappointed them. And I've meditated and thought about that for decades, really. And I think, like all of us, there was an error there. The Ishta Devata does not guarantee, your intimate relationship with the Ishta does not guarantee that you will not have any difficult karma or challenging karma occur upon this earth. But it does guarantee that that karma will be softened and softened and softened and softened over the time. Softened and softened and softened and softened. That if you get sick, you will have medical care. That if your body gets sick, you will have medical care. And so your relationship with your Ishta does not shield you from disappointment, but it is a way to find so much greater joy and wisdom, to find compassion for others, to live in a compassionate way. So I'm saying again, cultivate compassion. All that compassion is the ability to step beyond yourself like the soldier did and say, oh, if I had been born here, I would be that man. He would be facing me with a gun. We are the same. We are not separate. We are the same. If I'd had their life experiences, I would be thinking and being and feeling like they are. When you are compassionate, how do you tell? What are the signposts of being compassionate, right? You're calmer. You are more concerned about how the other is. You take the time to say, how are you doing? And you listen. You may feel uncomfortable asking somebody, how are you doing? Is there anything I can do for you? You may feel uncomfortable with that. So what? Learn to do it anyway. Learn to do it anyway. My guru was an introvert. My guru stuttered till he was in his early teens. And he wrote many, many books and taught thousands and thousands of hours of teaching and helped many, many people because he overcame that, as he would say, petite obstacle. What obstacle do you have to overcome to be able to see the other? What glasses do you have to put on to be able to see the other? And what attachment to your preferences do you have to let go of to be able to see the other? And therefore, to be kinder and gentler. To speak with kindness, to speak with gentility, to speak with the proper cultural expectations. Let me clarify that. When you're in Japan, you take your shoes off. You take your shoes off at the front door, you take your shoes off, different shoes for the bathroom, you don't just wear indoor shoes. There's a couple of extra places you have to stop and take your shoes off. It is gross to not do that. You go to China, you take your shoes off and you've got a problem. People think you're gross. You go to America, and who knows, it depends on the house you're going to. We're going to go into a ritual of healing. Next week is our first Sunday week, and on the first Sunday of the month we have a forgiveness healing ritual. But today we're going into a ritual of healing and cultivating of compassion. Close with a small story. Maybe it'll stick in your mind. Maybe it'll help you to remember. Once upon a yogi time in Thailand, there was a temple, and as many of the temples in Thailand, it was filled with gold Buddhas. If you've been to Thailand, many temples, many gold Buddhas. But as you walked in, this one gold Buddha, its nose is black, like a little, right here, right? It's all black. All the other Buddhas were shining brilliantly. So the tourist was in, what's going on? Why is this going on? Well, that Buddha was purchased by, Mrs. So-and-so down the street, and she comes here every day, sometimes twice a day, to offer incense to the Buddha. Well, lots of people are offering incense. I don't see any problem here. Yeah, well, you notice that little cone down there? That little cone that goes like this? At the bottom of the Buddha, little cone there. Yeah. Well, the missus doesn't want anyone else to get the incense except her Buddha. Nobody else but her Buddha. And so she tries as hard as she can. She's built that cone little bit. Pretty soon the nose of the Buddha is going to be completely covered because she's building it so high, if the priest would let her. Her selfishness, her fear that if she did not focus this only and let only this Buddha have it, somehow she would be deprived. It has made the Buddha ugly. It has damaged, it has made the Buddha ugly. Do you hear me? It's what happens when we say only me. Now, if it thinks like I'm contradicting myself, I'm not. I'm saying to you, you must love yourself. You must be kind to yourself. You must have compassion to yourself, for yourself. But that does not mean to exclude all the others. And so let us turn inward and ascend and meditate. And then, as we always do, we will offer our prayers today for all of those who are in need, our prayers for everyone who is in need at this time. Your prayers, your concentrated prayer energy makes a difference. Bringing your mind, bringing our minds together and sending those prayer petitions makes a difference. It softens the karma. You may not see it. It may not be exactly the way you want it, but it does make a difference. Let us cultivate compassion. Let us cultivate compassion. Become like your Ishta. Be a blessing unto the world. Namaste, Ji. Sit with your spine erect. Sit with the hands in the Om Mudra, the index finger and the thumb together, connected, please. Your spine erect as you are able. Be comfortable. Focus the attention at the sun center and bring the index finger and the thumb together. Turn your head to the left, exhaling twice. Bring the head back to the center and begin to watch the breath. Use the sipping breath. Draw the energy from the limbs to the trunk. From the trunk of the body, draw the energy into the spinal column. From the base of the spine, draw the energy up to the sun center. Take that energy as a golden ball of light and move it out in front of you. Expand that golden light. Sweep around to the left, moving counterclockwise, encase your entire being in golden light. And do this 3 times. Expand that golden light. And now ascend as high as you are able. Ascend to the high place. Om Namo 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 Namo. Reaching the high place of meditation, you enter the grove. In the presence of all of the divine ones. Call upon your Ishta Devata to join with you. And find a comfortable meditation place. Focus at your sun center, the point between your eyes. Begin to watch the breath. Your Ishta Devata beckons to you. There's a brilliant light in front of you. A path ascending upward. The path is lined with enormous crystals radiating light of many colors. The light is perfect for you. It is calling you. You and your Ishta walk along the path and ascend. Through the bow of the crystals. Ascending upward, the crystals become larger and larger. You can hear them. You can feel the blessings radiating from them. Ascend. 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 The path opens. In front of you is an enormous circle. Crystals all around you, woven above you. The light is surrounding you, calling you in. The dome is made of crystal. You see in the center of the ceiling light pouring down as high as you can possibly see. Light is pouring down, and from that circle you see going out the other end as far as you can. The light is moving, making a circle, encasing. Your Ishta walks with you to the circle of light. You walk into the light. You are safely held within the light, secure and safe and warm and blessed within the light. Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om. You feel the light pouring down upon your crown center. It has become circles of healing light pouring down upon you. Te Be Tsu De Ba Ya. All of the negativity washing out. All of the challenging karmas washing out. Te Be Tsu De Ba Ya. 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 Te Be Tsu De Devaya. The golden dewdrops of Ananda pour down upon you. Ananda, Ananda, Ananda. As you gaze in the light, as you are filled with the light, the crystals magnifying the light, sending forth their blessings unto thee. With your third eye you gaze, and your Ishta Devata is with you, accepting you, blessing you. And in this moment, your Ishta lifts up its countenance upon you, and the mirror of the mind of your Ishta radiates to you your light, your goodness, your true nature. See the light that you are reflecting in the mirror of the mind of your Ishta. See the goodness. Feel the goodness. Breathe in the wisdom. Breathe in the compassion. From this high, high place, let us send forth our blessings. The light divine, the blessings of all of the crystal beings, all of the helpers in all of the universes with us. As we chant the Om Shanti mantra, feel from this high place your blessings and the blessings of your Ishta, our blessings and the blessings of our Ishta, radiating forth upon the earth. First to Mother Gaia, with deep gratitude for our incarnation here, for the blessing of being alive upon her. That we walk softer upon the earth, that all that she needs come to her. And after each invocation, We'll chant the Om Shanti mantra 3 times. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O ye powers that be, thou knowest better than we the needs of all the souls upon the earth. We ask first that these blessings go to all of those who are living with water insecurity, with food insecurity, with economic insecurity, for those souls living without peace, for those souls living without shelter, for those souls living in fear and discouragement. We chant this Om Shanti mantra, and we will chant this now 7 times, radiating the golden light of Anandic bliss and Shanti to all of those in need, joining with the powers that be, sending our blessings, our energies to those in need. Each round, each time is a Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And we will do this 7 times. Feel the light radiating forth from your sun center. And feel the divine ones joining with us, that the blessings go where they are needed most. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. 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 O ye powers that be, upon the earth there are souls whose karma is linked to millions of others, whose actions affect dramatically the lives of millions of others. We call upon thee at this moment to soften the hearts of all of these leaders, these people who are at this moment, in this time, in this place, serving as oversouls for groups of people. We call upon thee to soften their hearts, to give them wisdom, to allow them to see clearly the consequences, to allow them to see that the karma of all beings upon the earth be softened, that the anger, that the fighting, that the greed, that the rage be dissolved away into the light. Again, 7 times. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O ye powers that be, there are many souls upon the earth who are living in physical pain and emotional pain, who are living with illness of body, mind, and spirit. We send forth our blessings at this time, that they may have that which they need the most, that the karma be softened, that the karma be softened, that the karma be softened. Again, the Om Shanti mantra 7 times. Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. From the point of light within the mind of our Ishta, light streams forth into the minds of all beings, and thus light divine emerges upon the earth. From the point of love within the heart of our Ishta, love pours forth into the hearts of all beings, and thus love divine emerges upon the earth. From the Bindu, where the full wisdom of Ishta lies, the purpose of the lineage is revealed: to realize, to remember, to serve. Holding the sweetness of this meditation with you. When you are ready, at your own time, your own way, return then to the earth, softly, gently, holding the meditation. Namaste Ji. As always, my gratitude for your presence, for your meditative energy, your yoga siddhi. It does make a difference. There is great need in the world today. You are making a difference. Namaste Ji. Namaskar.